Welcome to Positively Rebellious Podcast, episode number 5, The Foundation. Today I want to talk about the foundation of creating more awareness, the simplified approach to problem solving and reaching our goals. It's a mental model. It's super versatile and people use it for virtually anything. Now, you may not be a coach and you may not be interested in coaching, but you still have your own mind and you still have to manage your own mind. You still have your goals, you still have your problems, and you still need to solve it somehow. So, wouldn't you want to know what you are in control of and how much pain and additional suffering we create for ourselves when we try to address something, when we try to change something we are not in control of, like other people. Maybe 8 years ago, I came across Tony Robbins, and in my early coaching work, I did apply his methods. His framework was that whatever we face, we assign meaning to it. From that meaning, we feel feelings. And from those feelings, we take actions. So, if you, for example, want to do something but you are not doing it, why not? Because the feelings that you are feeling do not support this action. Do you know how hard it is to do something that you don't feel like doing? Of course you do. Of course you do. So, it's important to know how to create the right feelings, or maybe how not to do the actions and still be okay. Then after Tony Robbins, I discovered the life coach school, Brooke Castillo, who is my teacher, and Tony's model is inside of Brooke's model. So what does the model consist of? Did you know that there are 5 things in the universe? Only 5 things. 5 things in any situation, 5 things in any relationship, and the same 5 things in the weight loss process or money making process. They are the circumstances, the thoughts, the feelings, actions or lack of actions, and the results. And they all influence each other. So let me illustrate it with an example. The circumstances are just facts. So let's say you wake up and you have gym on your schedule. So the circumstance is in your schedule there is go to the gym. It's a neutral circumstance, but your thought about it may be it's so hard to lose weight. I don't feel like going. It's hard to go to the gym. Maybe it rains, maybe it snows. Maybe you have a bunch of other thoughts, but the main one may be that it's hard to lose weight. And you feel, based on this thought, you feel unmotivated. And based on this feeling, unmotivated, you will take action. Probably you will not go. What action will you do? Will you take? You will probably stay in bed longer. You will be thinking how hard it is to lose weight. And as a result, you will make it harder for yourself to exercise, harder to lose weight. But the opposite example will show you what exactly you are in control of. So the circumstance is that you have gym on schedule. The thought may be, I cannot wait to go to the gym. Based on this thought, you feel excitement. Based on this feeling, you take action, which is what? You keep showing up. You will show up to the gym today. You will have more energy. You will find more energy within you. You will not do what? You will not waste time on overthinking. And as a result, you will show up for yourself and make it easy for yourself to exercise. Let's take a closer look at each part of the model and the relationship between the parts of the model. Right now, whatever is going on for you right now today, you probably could have 20 different mental models. So when we separate the circumstances, the facts about a situation from our thoughts about it, magic happens. awareness happens. Circumstances. What are they? Things we can't control. The weather, other people and their actions, their words, our goals, current weight, diagnosis, everything that happens in the world and we cannot control, including our past. The circumstances are always neutral, which doesn't mean that we feel neutral about it. It is neutral in a way that it exists, that everybody would agree on it. For example, when we say it's hot, it's not circumstance, believe it or not. It's subjective. It's a thought. Why? Because there is adjective in the sentence. It's hot. But what is the fact? To make it factual, you will say it's 98 Fahrenheit. This is a fact, this is the circumstance, and you can think about the 98 Fahrenheit in whatever way you want. We try to describe to other people or to ourselves what's going on for us, but we never really describe the facts, and this is totally normal. We will keep doing this, but when you notice that something is causing you pain, that situation is causing you pain, it's really good to sit down and separate the facts from the thoughts, because then you see that you can interpret the facts in many different ways. And there are ways of thinking about something that will cause you less pain. For example, think of the last time you thought somebody is rude or disrespectful and you felt offended. Maybe there is somebody at your office and you think he is disrespectful and you feel offended. But his disrespectful is a thought. When you try to describe the person using only facts, you could possibly say this. 1. He doesn't say hello when he walks into the office. This is a fact, and your thought is, he's disrespectful and you feel offended, okay? Or it may be that he didn't return your call in 5 days. It could be a fact. Or he didn't hold the door for me. Also, somebody else may be observing it from the outside and may agree, this is the fact. But you can think about those facts in different ways. Disrespectful is just an opinion. You may have many options to think about this person. Here is the secret. It doesn't matter what you think about that person. It doesn't matter for that person. It matters for you, because your thinking will create the consequences for you. Your thinking will affect your feeling, your actions, and then the result. If you think that somebody is disrespectful and you feel negative emotion, you likely will take action. Maybe you will talk about him to other people. Maybe you will waste so much time in your head thinking about how this person is disrespectful that you will disrespect your own time. Another example of circumstance is our past, believe it or not. Sometimes we are not happy with it. We look back and we feel resentful, regretful, we feel shame or hurt. You can also feel positive feelings like gratitude, appreciation, relief, and we never consider those feelings to be a problem because they are positive. But let's say you think about your past and you feel guilty. And notice that the past, whatever happened in the past, it's in the past. You have no power over it except by how you think about the past. There is no upside to feeling guilty, resentful, or regretful about the past. If we think the thoughts that make us feel resentful or regretful, we create more resentment right now. We are not fixing anything in the past. So the best gift you can give yourself and your future self that will be thinking from the future about this time now that you are wasting for being resentful or regretful or guilty, the best thing you can do is to think differently about the past, about the circumstances in the past. And we actually put the past as a circumstance in our mental models. I know this is a lot. I know this is a lot of information and it's good to see it on paper. The next thing is the thought. Let's look at thoughts. We have thoughts about everything, about all the facts. And if we don't think about something specifically, we quickly make the meaning. Sometimes things happen fast and you don't realize you have a thought, but you will quickly create meaning for the situation. For example, this is bad, something isn't right in situations that are about personal safety. It will seem like the feeling comes first, but it really was the meaning and then the feeling happening very quickly. So, no matter how long we study the model, we'll continue talking about the facts using thoughts, thinking that we are describing the facts. It's natural, we are adding descriptions to and words indicating our feelings about the facts. We describe events as wonderful, fun, or terrible, frustrating, and scary. This really allows us to connect with other people, to describe things to other people, and we are always interested in how other people feel about something. So that's normal, that's natural, but when you notice that you have your own self talk and this story that you are telling yourself, the thoughts are creating more pain for you, it's really useful to sit down with a piece of paper and separate the facts from the story, separate the facts, the circumstances from your thoughts about it. The ability to observe our mind, it's an incredible advantage. When you give yourself space, maybe when you meditate, you will notice you can observe your thinking. There is an observer or watcher within. This gives us an incredible power of choice what to think. You can think and you can observe your thinking, and it's happening within one brain. Another way that is irreplaceable, I think, of watching your thoughts is to simply write down for yourself what you think and circle the thoughts that are the problem thoughts. But truth to be told, sometimes some thoughts are causing you pain and you decide that you want to keep them because they represent the truth for you at this moment. Negative thoughts will be more noticeable because the brain will want to alert you about the negative things and danger. So definitely you will notice specifically those negative thoughts. So don't blame yourself for it. Just notice it's there and know that it's natural. For me, for example, I have a thought like this. The thought is, this makes no sense. So when I catch myself thinking the thought, I know that this thought gets me into trouble. Nothing good comes from it because, for example, when I sit down to make a podcast, which is a circumstance, and my thought is, this makes no sense, I feel discomfort. And from discomfort, I procrastinate. So the action is not recording, procrastinating. I look for evidence that this doesn't make any sense, and as the result, no podcast is recorded. But when I know that this thought is a trouble thought for me, it is an alert for me. I know I have to change it. And in the same situation, I may be thinking something else. So I sat down to make a podcast. This is a circumstance because everybody would agree on it who would witness me right now. The new thought is, I can't wait to share this. Obviously, because I know that this information is changing people's lives. So my thought is, I cannot wait to share this. From this thought, I feel anticipation to have the podcast recorded. From anticipation, I take action. I keep going. I stop judging myself. I think clearly. I organize my thoughts, make bullet points. I read the script. I think what to improve. I stop organizing the room. I stop procrastinating activities, I focus and record. And as a result, the podcast is recorded. What do you think affects your result? Did you already notice this? The thought always ends up in the results. If I think the task ahead of me is hard, I will make it even harder with my thinking. So let's look closer at the feelings. Whatever we think creates a feeling. There is no neutral thoughts. Sometimes you may feel neutral, but this is very rare. You already know you can choose what to think about the circumstances. Now you can see the consequences of the thoughts in your body because feelings are vibrations that we feel in our body. When you feel love, you feel expanding energy and lightness. When you feel scared, you feel contraction, tingling in your chest. When you feel worried, you may feel small. When you feel worthy, you may feel this elevating energy. So feelings are all over the body, which is good news because this way we know what to do with the feelings. Simply feel them, not fight with them, not resist them, not imagine that they are some imaginary construct that we have no control over. Sometimes we want to run away from the feelings, but this only is working to our disadvantage. Usually, when we don't do something, it's because of how we feel. That's why feelings are so important. Because whatever you want, whatever result you want, you have to take some action to create it. And to take the action to create it, you have to feel on purpose. So if you don't take action, it's because you feel dread, discomfort, you feel unmotivated. But why do you feel it? It's because of what you think. And now you know that your thinking is optional. I want to mention that it's possible to use the model against ourselves. For example, you may have a thought, I should be thinking something more positive now, or I shouldn't be feeling so bad since I'm doing the work. But as I said, the negative thoughts will be always there, they will be coming to the surface, and you want to decide. Maybe this is a thought that you want to think. Maybe you do want to think something negative in this moment. And when it comes to the feelings, there is no way to avoid negative feelings. Part of life is negative, part of life is positive to some degree, and the most important is that it is authentic. Sometimes the goal is not to feel better, the goal is to have the full human experience and to have an authentic experience. You can imagine situations when you do not want to feel good because that would not be appropriate. Also, you cannot force yourself to think something you don't really believe. You need to tune in into the new thoughts you create because you need to believe them. If you force yourself to a positive thought you don't believe, you will feel miserable. So take small steps towards better and believable thoughts that will give you better results. There's probably not much I can say about the actions at this moment. You know that they will depend on the feelings. But I would say when you want to create more awareness, notice what action are you taking, what actions you are not taking, and track it back to your feelings and your thoughts about this specific situation. If you only try to control your actions without addressing your thinking and feeling, this is when you are using a lot of willpower. And this is a finite resource. When you do take care of your thinking and feeling, so you create more purposeful actions, then those thoughts and feelings will fuel the action you want to take. So the last part is the results, the effect of your actions. Examples of results are specific number on the scale, finished program, 50 pieces of art completed, published book, getting married, being hired. We want those things because of how we think they will make us feel. We go after the results that will make us feel good in some way. But every single of those big results also has plenty of little results leading to the big one. So if you want one day to have a published book, maybe today you need to write 2,000 words, maybe 200 words. Maybe today you need to finish this one chapter. So this will be the result for you for today. So you can have a big model for the final result, but also you will have a model, plenty of models today as you are working on this small result of finishing one chapter. Let me just repeat. There are 5 elements and they are interacting with each other. So there are circumstances, thoughts, feelings, actions, and the results. If you want help creating your results faster using the model, there are plenty of coaches trained in it, and I'm one of them. So if you want to talk to me, go to positivelyrebellious.com and schedule your free consultation. And currently I basically coach people on creativity, weight loss, spirituality, their relationship with themselves, self-care, self-love, however you want to call it, is all related. But whether you are being coached on weight loss or creativity, there are so many elements that are involved, including other people, your relationship with yourself and other people. So there is just no way to limit coaching to just one topic, because in your life, everything is intertwined, everything affects everything else. Pick a problem, pick a goal, and just know that may actually involve coaching on many aspects of your life. I will talk to you next week. Thank you.